Sadie Lockhart here. I'm the Community Engagement Manager at Mission Partners, where I lead educational programming for our Mission Forward community. I am so excited to share that we are celebrating the 1-year anniversary of the launch of Carrie's book, More Than Words: Communications Practices of Courageous Leaders. The book rose to immediate bestseller status last year, and on this special 1-year anniversary, we are inviting you to join our community of practice, to lean into the best version of yourself as a leader, and to learn how you can use communication as a force for good. Here are some ways you can get involved. 1, if you haven't read the book, grab your copy today over at missionforward.us. 2, if you have read the book, leave a 5-star rating and review on Amazon, which helps more people find it. And 3, if you are ready to explore the book's topics with a community of fellow social changemakers, join an upcoming session of our More Than Words book club. We will dive deep into conversations about leadership, communications, and leading through our values. So head on over to missionforward.us/more than words to get involved, and we'll see you there.
Breaking news.
It's the year of the chatbot.
The latest setback for climate action. The latest Supreme
The
Court
court is
ruling.
set
In
to
the latest
redefine.
Supreme Court ruling, the court is set to redefine.
Hey there, and welcome to the Mission Forward podcast, where each week we bring you a thought-provoking and perspective-shifting conversation on the power of communication. I'm Carrie, your host and CEO of Mission Partners, a social impact communications firm and certified B Corporation. Today, I've got for you a short-form episode, drawn from my weekly Wednesday column, Finding the Words. If you like what you hear, I hope you will head over to missionforward.us and sign up to get these insights delivered right to your inbox each and every Wednesday morning. You could also help me out by forwarding this show to a friend and giving this show a 5-star rating wherever you are listening to this podcast right now, which helps make sure this content gets out to more people who can benefit from it. But enough of that. On to today's show. Be the leader you need. We can't rely too much on the leadership of others. We must focus on the leaders within. Those are the words of academic and author Eddie S. Glaude Jr., whose latest book, We Are the Leaders We Have Been Looking For, was recently released. Based on a series of lectures that Glaude delivered at Harvard University back in 2011, the book's message feels as resonant today as when the lectures were first delivered. As he shared in a recent discussion about the book on the Disrupted podcast, he said we should be careful not to outsource our democracy to others. This tendency to look to others for leadership displaces a sense of collective responsibility. In these times, as institutions and organizations face increased scrutiny, a myriad of competing crises, and historically low levels of trust, displacing responsibility is not the solution, my friends. Rather, we need to be the leaders that we need. The timing of hearing Glaude's words while en route to my local polling place yesterday to volunteer was divine. Truth be told, I had been kicking myself the night before for committing so much of my day to serve as a volunteer, given many other pressing commitments on that day, and perhaps a misplaced concern about how many offhand comments I might receive from people who could be expecting the worst from me. After all, an election volunteer in a divisive time is not exactly a job people run out to fill. And yet, it is one role we need. I'm going to pause here for a brief civics PSA. Did you know it takes more than 1 million volunteers to administer election polling sites in the U.S.? So, if you are not already volunteering, find out if your community is in need of volunteers and volunteer over at powerthepolls.org. Okay, back to it. So in reality, people at the polls were generally cordial. They were engaged. They seemed to recognize that I was there to support and participate in the process just as they were. And we all seemed to understand that to elect leaders we need, we must start by modeling the leadership skills we need. So rather than wait for someone else to be the leader you want, each day you can practice being the leader you need. Here's a couple tips on how to do that. 1, be willing to step outside a comfort zone. Show up in service of the work, the issue, and the people. As I like to remind myself, it's never about you. It's about what you can do to inspire and move others to action. Step 2, be present. During tough periods, we look to leaders for guidance and reassurance. You can be that leader. Stay visible, close to the ground, and available to build trust and show your commitment to navigating challenges together. Step 3, be clear. Keep the lines of communication open and provide regular updates, even when news is difficult. A lack of clarity and transparency can breed rumors and anxiety, which erodes trust. And step 4, be caring. Recognize that everyone is facing their own set of challenges, whether you can see them or not. Practice caring for your colleagues and yourself, which sets a positive tone for the entire team. Whether you lead an organization, a team, a project, or a phone call, your behavior sets the tone. Practice showing resilience, staying calm under pressure, and demonstrating care for others, even in challenging times, as those leadership skills can inspire others to do the same. Bottom line, as Eddie Glaude reminded me, every day, ordinary people do extraordinary things. It is on each of us to display and practice the characteristics of the leaders we need. So the next time you lament current day leadership, pause and look in that mirror. You, my friend, are the leader you need. And that brings us to the end of another episode of Mission Forward. If you like what you heard today, I hope you'll stop right now and give this show a 5-star rating wherever you are listening to this podcast. Maybe even forward it to a friend who you think would enjoy today's conversation. And of course, check out the show notes for all of the links referenced in today's show. Mission Forward is produced with the support and wisdom of Pete Wright and the True Story production team, as well as the wonderful Sadie Lockhart of Mission Partners. You can learn more about our work over at missionforward.us. And of course, reach out to me anytime at carrie@mission.partners. Thanks for tuning in today, friend, and I'll see you next time.